I was growing up, my grandma suffered from a series of strokes that led to her to develop severe dementia. And the experience of watching her really fade away and lose all the aspects of her personality, lose all memories of her kids and of her grandkids, really had an impact on me as a kid. And I was really confused why all these doctors couldn't really offer any solutions to help her. Over 93% of drug candidates for the brain fail in clinical trials. And there are many reasons for this, but I think one of the most important reasons is that we are still heavily relying on lab mice to test our drugs for these brain diseases. And so maybe it's not so surprising in retrospect that the drugs that worked in mice turn out to not really work when you give them to humans. At Brainstorm Therapeutics, our real innovation is the ability to grow these mini brain disease models. And a mini brain, or it's also called a brain organoid, is basically a little sphere, a little ball of cells that we can grow from a human stem cell. And what we do is we take these stem cells, we tell them to become brain-like tissue, and they form this little brain structure that has functional neurons that fire, and importantly, that develop diseases if they're encoded in the DNA of those stem cells. And so now, instead of having to find one drug that's designed to cure everyone with Alzheimer's, which is a very difficult challenge, we could have many different drugs that can treat different people with different specific subtypes of these common diseases. UCSD has been a major contributor to our success. Notably, Dr. Allison Motry, who's a UCSD professor, is a member of our scientific advisory board and has given us really key insights on how to grow mini brains and also how to commercialize them for a company. I've also benefited a lot from just the connections I built while at UCSD, both in academia and also with many alumni who now work in industry. I think in the future, there will be a day where people like my grandma, who developed dementia and had to kind of watch helplessly as her memories faded away, will now have treatment options that work for them specifically and weren't just based on outdated mouse model data.